Welcome to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show, where I update the numbers weekly, sometimes more than weekly. I did have a comment from somebody that says real estate doesn't change in a week. And I know it doesn't, but some people that come to this channel have never been here before, so I like to go over the data. And to be honest with you, if I only did a video once a year, this channel would really suck. But what I did was last week, I said the following. I said, you know what? New listings are going to come down because of expired listings, and I predicted they were going to be right about here. And they didn't. And they went higher. Now, why is that? And it's very interesting as to why that happened. Because what I didn't see coming was the new listings actually new listings just as a total on the multiple listing service. Like right here, it says new listing, $39.75. That really didn't spike. What jumped up was this. Not that little red pen, but back on market right here, 944 homes. And what's continuing to climb is expireds. It was about 650 over the 7-day moving average. It's gone up about 100 the course of the week. Well, what does that mean? Well, I can tell you what I think it means. I mean, this was a weird week, was it not? Got tariffs everywhere, and the stock market imploded. And I think those people that had their house listed, that took their home off the market for whatever reason, I think kind of panicked and said, let's get this thing back on. This looks like this is going to be really bad. And we had a huge spike in back on market. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You tell me in the comments if you think that's a lucky guess or not. Now, when we go through and look at some of the other numbers, we see the percent of closings with concessions cost. Concessions is at 45%. It's gone down a little bit. Mortgage rates right here are showing at 6.6. They got down to about 6.5 for just a little bit. Let me look here. Yeah, they got down to about 6.5, and then they kind of creeped back up as everybody was leaving the stock market and going into bonds. The number of price changes for a week, this is lagging by a week. This will be updated Monday. From what I can see on the multiple listing service, this is going to go up. This is 3,495. When I go to my MLS and I look, it says here price change 53.69. So we may have a little bit of a combination of people going back on market and then other people that are on the market saying we better make an adjustment. The Cromford Market Index pretty much hammered every city where things have been tracking, and this is of course before the tariff news came out and before the stock market went down. Ironically, I saw a couple Instagram videos by realtors going, here we go, prices are going to take off, interest rates are going down. Sit on your hands there, kids. I don't see that happening. Here's pending listings. Pending listings and under contract, kind of the same thing. You can see that they went down just slightly last week. And you can see that listings under contract kind of went up. So nothing alarming there. Listings under contract have been going up, and they go up seasonally. So they're not falling to the floor. And we are seeing foreclosures pending. The Cromford people mentioned this a little bit and said, you know, they're a little higher. So they went from 1252 to 1283. Is that 83? Yeah, 1283. Glad I got my glasses on. That's not an alarming number either when you consider different years. If we go back to what we call pre-pandemic, 2019, that's the green one right here, pending foreclosures were 2,300. Still not alarming. I refuse to talk about 2008 anymore. If you don't know why real estate prices crashed in 2008, there's probably not a whole lot I can tell you. But this week, with the stock market being down as much as it was, if it stays down, it's going to affect luxury listings, Paradise Valley and Scottsdale. And that'll affect our medium home prices. Chandler's still doing well. Gilbert's still doing well. They're considered a seller's market. The outlying areas, they're getting hammered. And there's just, nobody likes to buy during uncertainty, but some people love the uncertainty as they search for opportunities. And there may be some out there. Be careful when you read some of the headlines, because a lot of what they say on crashes in prices from what we've seen is multifamily housing. So we are seeing a reduction in list pricing I'm not seeing too much going down in the average sales price per square foot yet. I don't know what to expect. It's really hard now to see where the summer's going to go. I kind of projected that our listings would flatten out a little bit, kind of come down as we're going towards summertime. Now it looks to me like people are going, I just think this is going to get so bad we need to list. And then the news that we saw on Thursday and Friday is now so much different on Sunday night. There's a lot of countries saying, okay, we're willing to talk to you about the tariffs, and a lot of countries that are saying, no, we're not willing to talk, and it's going to be a battle. And it's news. We're on a 48-hour news cycle, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this all washes out. Where are new listings going to be, or active listings? I mean, we're sitting here now this week. I guess I'm going to go ahead and project they're going to be up a little bit there. I have no idea what to tell you what's going to happen as we head into May and whether we go into summer. Now, when I look at this chart, you remember that we used to have listings averaging about 27,000, and now we're about 25.5. Our months of supply is 4.3. Pretty balanced. You are getting a lot of stuff thrown at you by new builds, 3.99 financing, all kinds of incentives. Home sellers are also tossing a lot to you as well. They're helping buy down your interest rate. They're contributing towards your closing costs. So there are some, I wouldn't call them bargains out there, but there's some nice deals to be had occasionally if you're looking. And if you're looking, chances are you've probably been looking for a long time, and you're noticing, like me, that there's some homes coming up there. There are some neighborhoods where you're looking and going, Rick keeps talking about more houses coming out. I don't see them. There's a few neighborhoods like that. You're waiting. The over 55 areas are going to start slowing down now. On top of that, Canadians selling and listing. They're out of here. They want to go. Or either that, they're going to leave the house. They're just not coming back next summer. They're mad. So that's not going to affect pricing. It is putting a little bit of a pinch on some of the over 55 neighborhoods. I know down at Sun Lakes last time I looked, they had 185 listings. Normal's about 175. So it's really hard to tell what the impact is going to be. But the listings will creep up a little bit now, getting towards May 1st. Then they'll start coming back down, and so will the new contracts. Now, if you have any questions about real estate, we have a very experienced real estate team here at Rick Helps Real Estate, and we have the link down below that you can contact us. We have Jackie with 35 years, and Jessica with 25, and Ruby at 25, and me. I've been doing this about 3 days. I've been doing this since 2012. And Pat, what's my rate, McMasters? So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, rick@rickhelps.com. And if you haven't done so yet, please sign up for my newsletter. It comes out every Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Take care.